I want to share with you 12 super tips that I have learned over the years. I've spent 20 plus years in tech with a variety of companies and agencies, and I've learned the following. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. So, first, no matter how stuck you may feel at your current job, there is always a light in the end of the tunnel. Now, let me explain all this. First, re-evaluate your skill set. And you can start by creating a list of every skill you have, even if you don't think it's important for a job. You might have skills you use at home or your personal life that you haven't yet considered applying to the workplace. Address any unhelpful fear. A good way to address unhelpful fear is to talk about it with those closest to you to get their input and perspective. And you can also create an analysis that might help you see there are reasons to be worried or if you're worrying too much. Okay? Now pursue growth opportunities. It's not a bad thing to feel comfortable at your job or within a company. But the same routine may result in missed opportunities to develop your abilities or advice within your company. Challenging yourself to grow your career can help. And the way you can get started might include learning new skills or growing your professional network. Learning the most relevant skills for your field. So one way to resolve this issue is to increase your skills through continued education, research, reading, and applying knowledge. And your current employer may even help you pay for learning these new skills, depending on your industry and the resources available. Pursue what you want. So the common belief is that you only deserve a better job if you've spent a right amount of time in an entry-level position, and you may feel stuck if you want to move on. But if you believe you haven't yet proven yourself by working in an entry-level position for long enough, it might be a problem. However, as long as you are qualified for a different position and it's interesting to you, you can consider applying. Broaden your skill set. You might find yourself in a role with an extremely specific set of skills and knowledge, and while you are a good fit for that position, there aren't many others that are similar. So people in this situation may feel stuck because they cannot identify which skills will transfer to a new job. In this situation, you could learn new skills to enhance what you have to offer your employer. Okay, let's continue. Always ask the hard questions in a job interview. So, how company can help you to grow, do more, become more? So, if you grow, the company will grow, and so on. So, what's the training period? What is the culture like in your company? What has this position opened up anyway? Remember, you are interviewing the company just as much as they are interviewing you. Let's continue. What if you don't like your current job? So instead of complaining, do something. Work on your resume. Send over 1 to 2 applications a night. Buy a course. Acquire new in-demand skills. You are the only person responsible for where you are at in life, and you have power to change it. Applying for a job is time-consuming. It's difficult. It can be demotivating, but allowing yourself to feel those negative feelings about that process, the right opportunity will present itself, but keep going. Be professional and polite to everyone. This is the major rule, even if they are the biggest jerks. And why? Because you could be standing next to the person who will open some of the biggest doors you will ever walk through. Learn to recognize the signs of burnout or increased stress with yourself. It may be time to start looking for a new job. If the signs could be when you start to dread waking up in the morning or having the panic attacks. At each job, you have to learn to recognize where you have excel and where you need to improve. Any employee, no matter what industry, will highly value someone who can self-evaluate their capabilities. So first, self-evaluation is the ability to examine yourself to find out how much progress you have made. It is a skill that helps individuals monitor their work or abilities. So find what their weaknesses and strengths are and self-diagnose relevant solutions. Second one, the purpose of self-assessment is to help the individuals know the extent of his abilities and to improve upon them without the need for a performance appraisal. It involves use of different types of questions. And in the description of this video, I have attached an employee self-evaluation form template in PDF you can download and you can use for self-evaluation. It's a very powerful document, so go ahead and download that. Next one, learn to say, I don't know how to do that. It's very powerful, you believe me or not. But I can learn or research it. And why is it so powerful? No one knows everything, and the worst thing you can do is to put yourself in the boiling water due to overestimating or lying about your abilities or skills. Do not live for your job. Your job is there to support the lifestyle you want to create for yourself or your family. It shouldn't be the center of your universe, okay? It may not be there tomorrow. Okay, let's continue. You work 30, 40 or more hours a week at your job, so make sure it is one that you feel proud of. If you are not satisfied, if you are feeling burned out, or if it causes you stress and anxiety, or you have no desire or motivation, or it's boring to you, or you need to vent, then start searching for another opportunities. But try to not leave a job without securing another one. For myself, at least, I've found that it is more important for me to be interested and passionate about the actual work I'm contributing to. So sometimes, if you feel bored at your work, try to add some extra work. For example, be a part of the new project to keep job interesting and challenging. Because any job has the opportunity to become monotonous, okay? If you decide to look for other opportunities, then check on the job-specific groups on social media platforms to see what people had to say that they love or they hate about this job, so you can get a feeling for it before investing time and energy into it. If you are hungry for healthy work and your vision is blurred on what you want to do with your career, or you are considering a major career change, you should definitely consider something that is in demand, highly paid, and full of fun. Now, but what is it? What would I recommend? Well, I always recommend Scrum because he focuses on people, communication, and product, and enables you to get rid of all blocking inefficiencies to get successful. So how great is that? Work is done in small teams, typically between 3 to 9 team members, where the team has all the necessary skills to develop a product. We call that cross-functional teams. So depending on the product you're working on, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be from an IT background. But if you are, even better. Work is planned and executed in short time frames, typically between 1 to 4 weeks, and we call that sprints. And I personally like Scrum very much because he clears the focus, he promotes teamwork and limits distractions. And here's the cool part. Scrum boosts productivity even in your everyday life. Let me give you a couple examples here. Life, as you already know, has obligations other than just work. There's cooking, there's cleaning, there's taking care of kids, and so on and so forth. So keeping track of life's tasks is hard, even for those of us who are in the product development world. After I started applying Scrum principles to my everyday life, my duties become automated and I noticed my tasks were getting done in shorter time. And this is the purpose of Scrum. So for example, you can start by visualizing your task list and you can set the duration of your sprint to 7 days, for example, 1 week. Having a consistent visual reminder that you have a bunch of tasks on your plate with ticking deadlines is really getting way to stay on track. And next thing, you can prioritize your task. And this might sound like an obvious one, but you should always prioritize your task by assigning priority levels to them. For example, you know that on Monday, the top priority is vacuuming. And you can use Trello.com, it's a free software, and label your task as high, medium, or low with correlated colors. So when you have a lot of tasks or cards sitting in front of you, it can be overwhelming to try and figure out where to start. By prioritizing your task before your sprint starts, in this case, before your week starts, you are taking the guesswork out of choosing your next task, which will eliminate unnecessary time and headache from the process. And next, what you can do also, hold yourself accountable at the end of each sprint. Even when things start to become a habit, you might inevitably forget things now and again, or you might find yourself that you are overcommitting because some of your work doesn't get done. In this case, you might ask for help from your team members, like your wife or your kids. And finally, have a retrospective with yourself. Sprint retrospective is a Scrum event that allows us to identify and order what went well. And do the same with the things that didn't go well. At the end of each sprint that you complete, look back on your week and celebrate all the wins and successes and analyze where you can do better next time. Figure out what is the next seems to hold you back from doing those. Okay, so as you can see, the Scrum approach will usually results in many other benefits by improving your performance on your current work, helping improving your skills and capabilities, improving your soft skills and your personal life. But if you represent a company, you should know that Scrum will help you stay competitive in the market in today's world. Okay? Now, go ahead and download your self-evaluation form template, fill it up, and if you're interested in know how and where to learn more about Scrum, check the first link in description. Thank you for watching.